Hey there. Welcome to the adventures of Sul'y the Stable Boy. We have considered the story of Christmas and thought creatively about some of the other attendees of that Christmas story. So join us as we consider Sul'y and his friends and their look at Christmas.
Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, come and get it. Okay, no pushing. Come on get it then. Come on. Come and get it. Come on, here you go. Oh yeah, grain. Good, you like that grain. Are you looking for your mules? Looking for your donkeys? Your camels, I don't think they're here, not this number. They may be further up with the other stable, but they're not here. Just lambs are here. Just lambs are here, yeah. Just lambs. You're not looking for your livestock. Oh. It's you. You've come back. You've come back to hear more of the story. I think you told me you believe in Yeshua. You believe in Yeshua, Miriam and Yusuf's son. Yeah, this is the place. You've come to the right place. So let me take a rest, and as the lambs have their grain, let's pause for a moment and have some grain for ourselves. I'm Sul'y of the Stable. Some of you I know I've met. Real name is Solomon. Yes, named after great King Solomon, who once ruled all of this land, but I'm the king of this stable. I'm have the wisdom of the worms, wise with the flies. I'm king of the muck pile. Yeah, that's okay with me. The shepherds up in the hills, they call me Little Shepherd Sul'y. I think back to that story and I'm always amazed. I don't know where to start. There's so much of it that I could tell you. It was 2021 years ago. Isha keeps me up to date. It was the year of the Syrian census. Yeah, I was young. Wasn't 10. I hadn't had my bar mitzvah. Isha, the innkeeper, took me in. I wasn't even strong enough to carry a heavy water bucket, and I was scared of the animals. But my family were all killed in the Roman conquest. I barely remember it, but I was so gracious that Isha took me in and his family. When Miriam first came here, I was mad. I was sad. A woman in her condition, a woman at her point in my stable. This is a barn. It's filled with camels and cows and sheep and chickens. And that night, or that season, it was more than usual because it was the Syrian census. Lots of people were coming, and I remember right on that straw over there, Miriam said to me, "I am the Lord's servant. May his word to me be fulfilled." From that time on, especially after the big event that happened up in Jerusalem. After that big event that happened in Jerusalem, I'm no longer a stable boy. Binyamin is no longer just a shepherd boy. We're far more than that because he has made us more than that. No one knows that more than Binyamin. Binyamin lost his family too in the same conquest. Binyamin's family were killed too. All except for her sister, and shortly after, Binyamin's family and my family were killed. He became a shepherd. He became a shepherd up in the Judean hills, and most of the year he's looking after the sheep, but during the dry season he comes down to draw water from our cistern with his sheep. In the rainy season they come for shelter here at this very stable. And every time he comes down, he brings the sheep, he brings the little lambs that need care, and he leaves them with me. I receive the lambs that need some care. I've raised a lot of his lambs here. Some are gone, some are still here, as you can tell right here. I've named them all kinds of interesting names based on what they look like. Fuzzy, and Stumble, and Callie, Blackie. There's Mark Antony, Elijah, of course. There's Pitt, Skipper. It's the lambs that have been raised. When I hear Binyamin's whistle, when I hear his whistle, I know he's on his way, and you can hear the bells faintly from the sheep as he brings them down. And I hurry to finish up my chores so that Binyamin can have some food with me, have some bread in the cup. And as we sit and enjoy some food together, we always talk about that night. Binyamin says that he thinks the light that came from the hills with the angels, he thinks that light was so brilliant. He says, I wish you could have been there. I think he just would rather have been here for the events that are here at this stable. He says what happened there is more amazing than what happened here, but we both just celebrate what's gone on. I'm a simple stable boy. Binyamin's a simple shepherd. We do our jobs, but it's not these simple jobs that we do. They're just work. We're important because he made us important. Binyamin's a better storyteller than I am. After all, he has to put his sheep to sleep at night. As for me, I have a gate. I just put the sheep in there. He reminds me of the events that took place that night. And we always come back to it. He's a great storyteller, so he tells us how that night went from darkness to brilliant light. It went from grit to glory. It went from the creaks in the night to songs of majesty. And together, we repeat what he was told. The shepherd that came down. Do not be afraid. I bring you good news that will cause great joy for all the people. In the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is the Messiah, the Lord. That very message has kept us warm through the nights. And we've had a lot of cold nights. Me here in the stable and Binyamin on the fields. But there was one cold, cold night in particular. Binyamin was one that was right there. You see, 33 years after the events that happened here, after Yeshua had become Messiah, that was the big event in Jerusalem. And Binyamin does not just raise any sheep. He raises these sheep. He raises the Passover lambs. And it was Binyamin that night. He was the one that took the lamb to Yeshua, to his 12 followers. And they had Passover together. Binyamin stayed in the city overnight. And then he came back to the stable. He was so distraught. Binyamin was so upset. Binyamin was sick. He looked feverish. He just kept repeating over and over again, no, it couldn't be. No, it couldn't be. No, it couldn't be. I gave him my spot in the stable to sleep, and I slept with the lambs. The next day he told me Yeshua had had Passover. And then somehow the Roman leaders, the city officials, the temple rulers, and King Herod, they had arrested him. They put him on trial. They convicted him of blasphemy. And then they crucified him. That night was the coldest night I've ever felt. Everything seemed so dark and cold. But you know perhaps what happened. You've heard of it, I think. Followers of Yeshua, you must have. The next morning, the first day of the week, it dawned bright and warm, and the news could be heard coming out of Jerusalem. Yeshua is alive! He's alive! He was dead, killed, crucified on the cross, and he's alive. And that's when we knew, when Binyamin and I, Miriam, the 12, when they all knew that Yeshua, born here, was called the Son of God, the Savior, born right here. He's the Messiah, the Lord. This is the good news of great joy for all people. For you, for me, for everyone here in Bethlehem. Well, as you can tell, the lambs have eaten all their food. They want more. I've got to go. I've got to feed them some more. Come back again. Come back and I will tell you more of the story. Come back and I will tell you about King Herod. But remember this. A Savior has been born to you. He is Messiah. He is the Lord. I'm coming.
We hope that you've enjoyed this story of Sul'ys as we reflected upon Christmas. More of Sul'y's adventures can be found where you found this video, or go over to churchofthecenter.com and hear more reflections on the Bible and the stories therein. May God bless you today as you think about these truths.